Well then, hello everyone and welcome along to this watch along of Free Practice 1 in Hungary. I hope you're all having a wonderful day and tell me what made you smile this week. Just get some positivity in here. Always curious. And I have also seen some very interesting discussions already going on in chat with who you might think will be the next driver from the V8 era that retires. That's a tricky one. I myself would think it might be Ricciardo, quite frankly, depending on how his next season goes. If it goes as it went this season, I think he will be the next one to retire. Or maybe even Hamilton, in case next season at Mercedes goes similarly as this season. I could see him retire. Oh, nice we got the poll up this quickly, but I think it's a little bit hard to ask who should retire because I don't know. I don't think anyone should retire. Quite happy with the grid as is currently, and hey Joey, yeah, I'm doing quite well. Great day. The heat wave in Europe is over, so I can stand here, cast to you without my AC running on full power, which is very, very refreshing. Mark the curvature of your mouth. That is very dad jokey right there. Do I think Dragovic should replace Zab? By the way, thanks Nash for 3 months here. That's 3 months you tolerated my weird rambling about Formula One without any sense or context. Impressive. Do we think Dragovic could replace Zab? I think. Yeah, I think he could, but on the other hand, I don't really know if any of the Formula 2 drivers currently will really get their foot into Formula 1 by the next season. Maybe it's gonna be Piastri as well. I don't really know. We will see. You think, ooh, Thrift XS. Thinks Alonso going for Aston Martin. Yeah, I can kind of see that. Probably. I mean, they have Stroll, so they definitely need a rather experienced driver in there. So with this, I don't really see any Formula 2 or maybe even Formula 3 driver taking that seat. But there is something free, and it might be that, yeah, Alpine is getting some rookie driver. No idea. Really not. Hey, the one with the Korean name I won't even attempt to spell. Piastri or Hulkenberg? Yeah, I can see that. As I said, I can't really see Piastri, as I think whoever is taking the Aston Martin seat needs to be a rather experienced driver. But, well, depending on who they are taking, there might be something Prix in another team who might take Piastri, because I think he really should be and deserves to be in Formula One. Meanwhile, oh, you've been Supermax. There we go. I already wondered who Supermax was, but yeah. All right, welcome on in. Hmm. Lewis should retire next. I don't know. Like, eh, we will see. I mean, yeah, no, I don't think he will by the end of this season, as Mercedes is making quite efficient steps to improve on everything they're having. So it might be that they are kind of a strong team by the end of this season. And then I think Lewis's retirement depends on how efficiently or how good they are able to carry this momentum over into the 2023 season. And if they're still not really providing a championship or at least a race winning car, I think he could leave. Not sure. We will see. Hi Michael. How are you doing? What made you smile this week? Yes, Menino, today is Friday. We are going to have the first free practice session of this Hungarian Grand Prix in Budapest, where I will actually go in a few months from now, uh, getting myself tattooed there. So yeah, I'm kinda sad to not be seeing any races next month. It's just, I don't know, summer break is, I see why they're doing it, but I will really miss Formula One casting, talking weird stuff with all of you out there in chat. So yeah, we got, historically Ferrari has been rather strong at this track, and I have seen some of the predictions around from the Formula One paddock team, where anyone is really expecting Ferrari to basically get a 1-2 or a 1-3 or something. What what do you think? Who will win here? Like, will Ferrari perform? I mean, I as I said last week, I can see Ferrari perform, and as long as they are keeping their cars functional, they will they're definitely in for a 1-2 here. I mean, it's pretty much one of the fastest car, if not the fastest car on the grid at the moment, but I'm not quite sure. I think they won't get their 1-2, just because they had a failure pretty much in every race meanwhile. So I don't know. Also, with all this very weird strategy calls they're having and just not reacting very fast. Nah, I don't. I just don't see the 1-2. Not because the drivers couldn't do it or because the car is too bad, but because they really have some, let's call them weak links at the pit wall there, making a strategy call. So yeah, as Jake says, Ferrari should 1-2 this, absolutely. Um, shouldn't even be that big of a challenge for them to 1-2 this, but yeah, they should. But I think they won't, unfortunately. Because yeah, nah, I mean, they aren't really one of my favorite teams out there or whatever, but I like all of the teams, you know, I want them all just to do well, and it's gonna be so frustrating for the drivers to lose out on so many things just because basically the pit wall is fucking it up, or the mechanics, or their engine is failing, or the gearboxes are failing, or whatever. It's quite painful to see, actually. So I would I would like to see some of the how do I say this? I want some of the midfield teams to basically make the podium here. Maybe Alpine getting up there. I mean, if they're not majorly screwing the pooch here, it kind of looks like Red Bull has it kind of in the bag here. So it really needs a lot to kind of, you know, get them from this 80-point lead they're having in the constructors, 90-point lead. I don't know. At least they're leading it by quite the margin, but you know, getting maybe some McLarens on the podium would be great to kind of spark up their fight with Alpine. So yeah, I guess we're kind of around there. We are not green yet, but I have already seen an Aston Martin getting out of the garage, so they appear to be quite keen on track time here. As always, they're kind of always one of the first cars out on track. And yeah, as far as I have heard, we tried some, or our technical directive basically tried some new things with the map, so we might get data and visuals this session. But we're not quite sure yet, as we are going green, and it is the retiring Vettel getting out on track first, followed by his teammate Stroll. That was Vettel's retirement was kind of trolling. I feel like it was in that interview where he's like, "Yeah, I'm kind of lonely, so I'm thinking about maybe I will get myself a social media account." And then he makes a social media account, and a few minutes later, he just uploads his "Yeah, guys, I'm retiring" video, kind of. So yeah. So yeah, we got 8 cars out on track right now. 10. So it looks like, well, we haven't been here in a while, I think. So it is definitely important to get some track time in. I don't. Okay, I won't start with the map. I just you know, we're just trying to get that sorted. But I guess it is just a free practice one, so you will have a kind of weird live Formula One podcast, I guess. But yeah, for weather, it looks like we won't have any rain for free practice 1, 2, and 3, but maybe we will have some for qualifying. Not quite sure yet. It's just about like scattered thunderstorms. It might hit the track, but it also might not. I guess it's something we won't really know until the last minutes before qualifying then. Kubica is replacing Sebastian Vettel, Valtteri Bottas once more. Didn't he already do that last weekend? At the French Grand Prix? Like, we have seen Kubica there already, but I'm not sure if it was in Bottas' car as well. It seems like he is the only reserve driver currently out there. Yeah. Nico versus Chad Kubica. Who's winning? Good question. Um, I would go for Nico, I guess. I think. But it really depends on track and everything, so Dragon Ball, yes. Kubica is, or at least he was only doing free practice one so far. I wouldn't know what would have changed if he did more at the moment, but we will see. Why do people pronounce Kubica? I don't know. Isn't that how you would pronounce it? Or like it's I wouldn't know if it is it Cubich or something? So yeah, busy track at the moment. 16 cars currently out on track. Perez, Norris, and the two Alfa Romeos being in the pits, but all of them have already put at least an outlap in. Perez, Kubica, and Joe did an out and an in lap, but didn't put a time on the board yet. So Jose, is it Alonso's birthday? I thought that was tomorrow. I think his birthday was tomorrow. Ooh, we might see a new turbocharger installed on Russell's car as he is complaining about a weird whistling noise from the turbo as he lifts his foot off the throttle. So you thought it was yesterday. All right, wait, let me Google that real quickly. Yeah, now commenting just said he is 41-year-old today. Yes, 29th of July. So today is his birthday. So yeah, happy birthday, Fernando, I guess. It looks like we are mostly seeing the rankings at the moment, like at least within like the top 10 we could expect of the teams we usually see within the top 10. But I see some weird little orange thing there in P3, which makes me quite happy to see. I mean, we're only about 7 minutes or something into the session, but in my little fantasy world, we're just having a great day, and Ricciardo will stay there. At least that's what I hope. If we're honest, it probably won't happen, but ah. So yeah, little McLaren papaya up there in P3. And I'm not quite sure, as Leclerc is going kind of slow again, not able to improve on anything. So he probably aborted his lap, I think. So yeah, we got Sainz on his soft taking P1. And yeah, looking at the sectors, Leclerc is going very, very slow. Like, it doesn't look like he is clearing track ahead of him slow. But he didn't go into the pits, so it might just be. It doesn't really look like he is going anywhere, quite honestly. So let me just start my tablet here and go have a look at what's going on with Leclerc, as his timings are looking very weird. But he seems to be on a push lap now. It was getting better, but Sector 1 is kind of all over the place with his timing sheets. So yeah. Jose, I think he will keep it out of the wall. I mean, we have seen some fans or some mistakes basically of Leclerc, but we have barely seen Leclerc kind of do a mistake twice. If you know what I mean, like if he did a mistake once, he's done with that mistake. So yeah, Mercedes F1 fan says when Hamilton retires, F1 viewership will fall down. I don't think there will be a big drop. I mean, of course we will miss him. No matter if you like Hamilton or not, he has contributed quite some things to that whole thing, to that whole Formula One circus. Basically, he won a lot of championships. He was present a lot, and no matter if you like him or hate him, but I don't know if viewerships would really drop. Like I barely know people who watch the sport for a particular driver or something. Everybody I know just enjoys the sport for it being the sport, you know? So yeah, but we seem to see some problems with Lando Norris and Guan Yu Zhou there, as they are still in the pits and still haven't put in a lap. Same goes for Paris, but he is on an outlap currently. So we will see what happens there. Norris gets some aerodynamics measuring parts installed, so it seems like the McLaren team brought a major upgrade to the track here. So yeah, they're gonna measure a lot of things with Norris, but with Ricciardo being up there in P4 still after 15 minutes. Yeah, well, behind him there's Albon on a medium tire, but everybody else is kind of just getting in their laps on a hard tire, so I'm not sure how representative that is with having Ricciardo up there. I mean, he's in P4, half a second behind Leclerc, so yeah, it seems like we got it, or at least McLaren got it with a pretty good upgrade actually. I mean, that's pace we haven't seen in a while. So yeah, let's see. I mean, yeah, usually there aren't that many drivers out on hard tires at this stage of a free practice session, so let's see why. Maybe I can find something out. I mean, Haas seem to be bringing some upgrades, or at least I have seen that in the interview with Magnussen. They didn't tell what upgrades they brought, but yeah. At the moment, we got Paris out there on a fast lap, improving his personal times every sector so far, but no fastest yet, so not quite sure if he would make it into P1 somewhere. So let's see, his sector 3 looks quite promising, but no. Into P5, still behind Ricciardo, so is this just like a lucky blunder thing they had there with putting Ricciardo up there, or is this actually like merit skill based P4 for him there? Oh, Mr. Twister, what do I think about the retirement? Well, it it has kind of like how should I say this? I'm not surprised he's retiring, but I'm kind of like taken aback and sad anyways. Like I've seen it coming, kind of like yeah, it's like one of those things you or I at least kind of realized would happen, maybe even this season, but I just, kind of always just put it in the back of my mind and be like, yeah, nah, Seb, he's gonna make another season. He's gonna stay. But the same thing I thought into the 2022 season, where I was like, yeah, well, he will probably retire, because he has this new, all these new regulations coming in. It's like a new generation of Formula One, so it would be a neat kind of end to a career. So I kind of saw him leave then, but he didn't. So yeah, I expected it kind of, but I'm still sad to see that it actually happened. So yeah. Mm, mm. Haas is kind of slow at the moment, seems like. But they really like improved their overall pace since the beginning of the season by about 3/10. So that's pretty nice. Aston Martin Farming Simulator. They're not that bad, you know. It's like they're not very good, but the Farming Simulator, I think that oh shit, yeah. F1 fan, Mercedes. I'm sorry, I really missed that super chat there. The F1 CEO Hamilton said the Hamilton brought 100 million viewers. Are there even 100 million viewers? I mean, the season finale in Abu Dhabi itself just had about 108 million viewers, so I don't think Hamilton pulled in 100 million of them. Kind of hard to believe. So yeah, about Norris didn't leave haven't left the pits yet. He tried, he made one out or in lap respectively, so he didn't like he basically went out of the pits once around the track and straight back into the pits again. So yeah, but they are mounting those titanium rigs, you know, to measure the airflow around the front tires, which might correlate to the upgrades they brought. And they are quite a pain to mount them. Like I have done it with DTM cars twice in my life, and they are a pain. I hate it. I never want to see those rigs again, and it really takes up a lot of time, which makes me wonder why they didn't. Yeah, the aero rakes. Thank you. Ah, gotta love this chat. Whenever I miss something or forget the name of something, you're just there. You're just there and you know. So yeah, Norris gets air rakes mounted onto his car. I wonder why they didn't do that pre pre practice, basically. But yeah, eh, yeah. I've seen why is Kubica in there instead of Bottas. That is a good question. Maybe it's some foreshadowing that we will see maybe Bottas leaving to Aston Martin next year, and therefore they're giving a lot of runtime to Kubica because he will get back into the seat at Alfa Romeo. Maybe. Tune in for Free Practice 2 and more weird conspiracies with Ferrell, I guess. Why is everyone so far off Ferrari and Red Bull? It's only Ferrari and Red Bull so far that I have seen running on a soft tire. Ricciardo and Ocon in P5 and 6 made their times on a medium tire. And everyone behind that I have seen only out on hard tires so far. So Oh, Bottas already has a contract for next year. Well, then, yeah, then it was a bad conspiracy theory, I guess. Yeah, never mind that conspiracy. If he already has his contract, guess, yeah. So yeah, Ricciardo's flyer wasn't worth a lot. He didn't really improve on his previous time. Uh, not by far, but Verstappen was able to improve a little bit and is now in P2, 1,000th of a second faster than Carlos Sainz. Now that's some very close times we're seeing there. I'm wondering how far times will keep tumbling, basically. Iga Kubica for Aston. Yeah, maybe. I could see that happen. But well, the rules say you have to give your car to a reserve driver or a rookie driver once per season. And we've seen Kubica in Bottas's car twice in this season already, in France and once again here. So I really think this might be foreshadowing some sort of a return. Like it might be. Maybe Bottas has diarrhea and can't drive, and that's why Kubica's there. Bless you, Perez. Like why? Okay, weird team radio. Just of Perez sneezing. Nice. Sumi. How do they decide in which order their cars start first training session on Friday? It's basically a free for all. Whoever's first out of the garage will be first out on track. And it is just 1 hour of running that basically doesn't really mean anything points wise or else to the race weekend. It is just there. Within sprint weekends, you get 2 sessions. On a regular qualifying weekend, as we have now, it is 3 sessions that are basically just there for the teams to gather data about their cars, see how good they are running or not, what to improve, what to adjust in the downforce and wing levels. And then the things where it really counts will be qualifying then. I think it's a bold prediction. Aston will choose Mick to replace Vettel. And QDT, I don't think this would happen because Aston Martin is struggling a little at the moment, or has been for the whole season. Just not being quite able to extract the performance from their car they probably would like to extract there. So I think they would go for another experienced driver to replace Vettel, just so they can kind of, yeah, kind of, get their stuff together, basically. So yeah, it's Kanon. You want Leclerc to have a pole. I don't, because he didn't win from pole. Like, as far as I can remember, he didn't win from pole like ever. So I'd rather see him qualify in a P2, P3, maybe even P4, because those were the places he was converting to wins. So yeah. And yeah, it looks like the GOAT just left the garage, going out on track, and we are now getting on board with Mick Schumacher on his flyer. So yeah, we have about 1 minute now until we get his time in. What do you think? Will he be able to get out of those treacherous two-digit spaces? Like, will he make the top 10 with this? He is on a soft tire, improving on every single mini sector for himself so far. $121.8 for Mick. Yeah, I can see that. Maybe 121.7, maybe even in the high sixes. Let's see. 121.0. Now that's way faster than I thought. Putting him into P6 with that. Nice. He will bless the wall with a podium. Nice. Um, does the practice come on Belgian TV? Nick, I do not know. I, for myself, am Swiss, and I do know in Switzerland it's not broadcast on TV. So yeah. Yeah, Kanun, he does love his barriers, but to be fair, we haven't seen him bin it in quite some time. So yeah. So yeah, Schumacher is currently faster than his teammate by quite a lot, while his teammate didn't put in a time yet, not really representative one. So I wonder why he is still in the pits. Might they have an issue with their upgrades? Mm, yeah, I'm with Nash there. I think Latifi fixed his crashing issue. And I just hope I didn't jinx it and we don't see him basically kiss a wall within the next 2 minutes or something. So yeah. Magnussen is still sitting in P17 there because he didn't really go out yet. I mean, he is 4 seconds off the pace, while his teammate is only 1.5 seconds off. So he just didn't get around to set a representative lap yet. Hey Zita, yes, we love you too. We're glad you're here. So yeah, we see Norris now out there on a flyer without his aero rakes. So it seems like they didn't quite get around to mount them properly. They will probably try that again after this session, and they really have the time to get them together and have them properly installed for the next session then. Gotifi there complaining about his pedals something, so mm, he said he can still drive it, but well, not sure what's going on there, as those radio messages sometimes are very, very hard to understand. Close call there for Mick Schumacher. Their turn 3, where the track kind of goes uphill back there. He just had a little snap of oversteer, but was able to keep it on the track, no problem. Hmm. Hey, Oblivious Trey, hello there. Nice to have you here. Fish, who is Robert Kubica? A former Formula One driver, currently reserve driver for Alfa Romeo Sauber. And as it looks with all the sessions he is currently doing, he might come back. Might. Not sure. Maybe just having, I don't know, diarrhea or something, can participate in free practice 1, and that's why we got a reserve driver there. So yeah, but it seems the upgrades McLaren brought, I'm not sure if they're really worth a lot, as Norris is faster than Ricciardo, but only by about 1/10, a little bit more. And we've seen him being a lot faster than his teammate there, so it might be the upgrades aren't really working, or they didn't install them yet, because they weren't able to get the aero rakes around his car. So hmm. And we got an explanation of Checo Perez's sneeze. Apparently he has some sort of an allergy around this place. At least that's what he's been saying. So yeah, get some histamines in there, and yeah, we also have a little snap there of Russell. Seems like. So it looks like the teams are now trying to go out and do some more push laps. See their pace out there on track, so will Leclerc hold his lead? David, good question. I think he will. I mean, Ferrari has been solid throughout all the practice sessions this season. Unfortunately, they haven't been able to provide that sort of performance in the race then. But, you know, Friday, Saturday, they're really good. It's just Sunday that kind of um, throws them off every now and then. And yeah, Tsunoda there had a massive lockup as it looks into turn 6. So yeah, he's definitely gonna need a new set of soft tires there. That is one of the biggest flat spot I have seen this season. Like, that was massive. It was basically a cubicle tire. So yeah. Try not to get angry challenge. Only Tsunoda will lose. Yeah, he is having quite the temper, and he is very vocal about those. So yeah, we will see. But yeah, we are in a helmet cam with Gotifi at the moment, who puts in his personal best sector 1, but loses 1.5 seconds throughout sector 2. So it seems like they were trying some higher downforce thing as he goes through the last corner. Let's see. 21, 22, 2.5 seconds off the pace. Now that is quite a depressing outlap, if we're honest. Flying lap. Yeah. I mean, oof. 2 seconds off there, that's... So, there we go. Flyer out there. Oh no, replay with George Russell. Okay, Russell complaining about a strange big rear lock. That was apparently the reason for his moment there he had earlier. Now that's a tricky one. He complained about weird turbo noises earlier, and for rear lock, you usually need something with the engine going wrong. Or at least as far as I know, those cars are all pretty front braking heavy, and got basically the MGUK in the back wheels with only a little bit, with basically just tiny brakes. So that's weird. With a rear lockup, might that be some engine hiccups? It could be like some downshifting issue. Yeah, I would like to see the Aston Martins back out on track. I mean, they have just been out there at the very beginning, putting in some very mediocre laps, and since then they have just been sitting in the garage doing nothing. Hey Rolf, hello there. Nice to have you. How are you doing? So yeah, we got Kubica driving for the Alfa Romeos, taking Bottas's place. And Hooked on Classics there with a great question. Maybe we can get a poll out on that. Do you think Latifi will score any points by the end of this season? I don't think so. Maybe he is lucky in a very crazy race, but I'm not quite sure about that. It seems like the Red Bull garage like really tweaked around Verstappen's aerodynamic setup there as he is putting in a purple sector 1, probably also no only green sector 2, 200th of a second faster than Sainz at the moment, losing some time throughout the corners. So yeah, that's less downforce they were giving him, but it is just enough to put it into P1. 4 tenths ahead of Carlos Sainz there, who in change is another approximately 2 tenths ahead of his teammate Leclerc. But we see Leclerc currently on an outlap, so I guess he will definitely do his glory run. We are seeing him going through turn 13 coming up on the last corner there. A lot of empty track ahead of him, so looks like he is flooring it right now, getting out there. Magnussen getting back into the pits there. And we see Leclerc improving on his personal time so far, at least throughout the mini sectors within the corners. He seems to be able to carry a lot more speed through there. We see him through sector 1 with 28.5 seconds he needed there. No, I don't have any representative thing to compare that to, because Verstappen has already made another lap, so his fast has been overwritten there. But it looks like Leclerc is losing time throughout sector 2. At least that's what the the mini sectors are telling us. But he is able to brake way later into sector 3, carry a lot more speed through there. So again, completely different approach to Red Bull once again, as Red Bull is going for the downforce here. And Leclerc only putting it into P2, 1.5 tenths slower than Verstappen. But yeah, it seems like the balance here, I mean, you have like basically sector 2 is a rather sweeping thing with a long or a kind of long straight in there, so you don't want to have too much downforce, while sectors 1 and 2 are very technical and twisty. So yeah, sorry there. Let me know if I missed anything important in chat, as I just have a scroll over it. So nope, not really. Yeah, Popov Zan, the Red Bull Porsche thing. I don't know what to think of it, as like I think Porsche getting in there. Also, they are basically buying 50% of the team Red Bull, so they really want to get in there. Like they want to be more than just an engine provider. They want to get their foot into Formula One, and that is going to be quite interesting, actually. And I like the idea of having basically a new manufacturer, in quotation marks, into the sport. So that is, that was, excuse me, but Sainz there, turn 6-7 combination, very wide, just about able to be keeping it on the track. So let's see. Let's just get a quick focus on his flying lap. It cost him some time at the beginning of Sector 2, but he is absolutely pushing it through as he is able to save a lot of time through Sector 2, getting a overall best sector in. Now, steaming through Sector 3, looking very aggressive there, and that is just enough by 1/10, 1.3 tenths to go back into P1. So it looks like we will see a lot of glory runs there. We're also having Stroll and Vettel, both the Aston Martins, back out on track now, and it seems like they are on the outlap already improving on their personal bests. Stroll now on a flyer, more or less, I guess, yeah, with a soft tire, perfect. So, yeah, back to the Porsche thing. I think it is quite nice to have them join Formula One, but I'm kind of concerned with Audi also looking into buying shares of the Alfa Romeo Sauber team. And well, they're both basically the same company, kind of. They are, both of the VW um, company shareholding, basically. So, as much as I think or I would love to see, basically, I would love to see like 10 different engine manufacturers and 10 different teams on the grid. I don't think that will work out all too fast. Hey, racing statistics, the map is there. Like for the map and subscribe. Yes, absolutely. Well, I did already, yeah, I'm subscribed to the channel. I don't know if you wanna be with the cool guys like I am. You should definitely subscribe to the channel as we haven't missed a single session the last 3 years. So, oof, oof, ooh, Sainz to number 1 of Ferrari. That is, oof, spicy take right there. Yeah, hooked on classic. VW, Audi, and Porsche are the same thing. Like, kind of. Oof. Yeah, Stroll had big floor strike there over the curb within turn 10, I want to say, where he just went a little bit wide, or rather close, kind of. That mm, that might be floor damage right there. But I mean, he was able to put it into P12. It's not all too good, but we have Norris there, pushing Russell down and setting his McLaren into P4. Now that is nice. BMW in Formula One will be competition for Mercedes and incoming Audi team. What do you think? Yes. Yes. I would like basically I really want to see more different engine manufacturers within, but thing is, BMW, they have been with Sauber, so mm, not sure. Hmm. Yeah, Schumacher was a little bit hindered on his flyer there, as slower cars ahead seem to be staying on the racing line, and we see Hamilton cutting corners a little bit there through turn 7 on his hard tire. With BMW back to Formula One, we'd have 4 German engine manufacturers on the grid. Yes, that is a fair point. I would rather see, like, I don't know, Ford giving it a go, or maybe having Toyota back. Like they haven't been particularly good, but they've always been very innovative. So or maybe just for the giggles or something, have Chevrolet make Formula One engine. I think that would be quite interesting. Lamborghini as an engine manufacturer in Formula One, yes. That would, well, I don't think they quite have the know-how to build such small hybrid engines. Because as far as I'm aware, like, I'm not particularly a fan of the Lamborghini cars, but as far as I'm aware, they either have fully electric or incredible gas guzzlers, basically. So with those two extremes, I don't think they could, like, basically get into that hybrid area of the Formula One engines with small engines, which they can't really build, and not fully electric engines, which they don't really have. So, not sure. Do I think McLaren can build Formula One engines? I think they could if they wanted to, like, or if they had the budget to do so, but I just don't think they have the infrastructure needed. So yeah. Yeah, no, I think some American engine manufacturer would be great to have in Formula One. In at the moment, yeah, we only have European manufacturers, basically, like Honda kind of out, so with, like, that whole I don't know. Or yeah, nice one, a Bentley Formula One car. Like, they would be in the very back every time. They would probably struggle to get into that 107% qualifying time, but let me tell you, that will be the most comfortable ride and the most luxurious ride on the grid. So yeah, I think Bentley into Formula One, it would be funny, but it would be more of a kind of meme thing, if you know what I mean. So yeah, why is Haas going so slow? I honestly don't really know. Like, they've been out on hard tires a lot. They gave some flyers a go. Were able to stick it into the top 10 if they really tried. Formula One with suicide doors. Yeah, just, open that side pod so you get a comfortable entry. Of course, that whole umbrella thing to protect you from rain or sun would be fully automated. It would be taken with you, so if you have a corner where it's going to be hotter or something, you can just, yeah, Supermax getting Rolls-Royce or Bugatti. Yeah, now we're getting into that territory where time wouldn't be important anymore, but you have just everything fully automized there, and ooh, Alonso on his flyer just drastically misjudged a corner and went way off the track there, unfortunately. So that's yeah, no, the tires look okay. William, yes, finally. finally someone says it. Absolutely. Or like, I don't think they need cup holders. I mean, we are talking Formula One, who are sponsored by Carbon. You are sponsored by Carbon Champagne, so I think they need these champagne flute holders, or maybe even an automized champagne dispenser in there. Absolutely. And Fish Nissan Formula One team now, that is a good call. Or Frank's Subaru. I could imagine that Subaru might do quite well in Formula One, but I think they will be they're more like rally oriented, so I wouldn't know if we would see him. So yeah, Alonso really got lucky on that little moment he had there. But I mean, wow, people are really keen on their data here. I mean, we got 2 minutes left, 1.5 minutes left to the session, and it's everybody out there, everybody trying, and we see a whole rainbow of tires out there. Like we see a lot of medium, a lot of hard, and a lot of soft being used at the moment. Yo, Jose, I wouldn't dare say anything bad against Subaru. I mean, I'm driving a Subaru. They are great cars, absolutely. But I don't really see them into Formula One, as they're more like the off-road rally thing. That's where their expertise lies. So yeah, warrant Hyundai to Formula One. I will definitely be the smallest Formula One car, I guess. Scania F1? Yeah, let's just throw it all overboard. Fuck it. We're gonna need F1 trucks. So there we are. That has been it with qualifying one. The checkered flag is out. But we see another go at a fastest lap with Paris there. As he is entering the last sector, he has a purple sector one, but looks like not too good of a sector two as he goes through the last corner. Floors his pedal, but 1.5 seconds off the pace, so whatever they changed about the car there didn't really work, so yeah. Ooh, Sword Magus Koenigsegg to Formula One. I don't think they have the resources or facilities to make that, but I think that would be. Yeah, no, I think Koenigsegg, with all they're doing, they're kind of too innovative there. So I think they wouldn't really get a rule compliant engine together unless you would, like, kind of how do you say this, be less stringent with like engine and gearbox regulations, so Koenigsegg could get in there with their whole creativity. That would be nice. AGV F1. Okay. Yeah, nah. Now it really start a Dyson F1 car. Hey, potato corner. A Dyson F1 car would really suck, wouldn't it? So yeah, that FP1 has been kind of interesting. Norris seems to have been getting a P4 after all. We see the expected Sainz, Verstappen, and Leclerc sharing those 3 first places. And of course, there is just Mercedes, Russell and Hamilton sandwiching Perez and his P6. As you would expect, Mercedes this season, they haven't had a really strong car, but very solid tactics, and they have just been there kind of, getting the scraps. Whenever something happened, Mercedes was always there to get basically their the scraps together. So I've been talking for 1 hour straight. It is quite harsh doing those sessions alone. I'm just talking way more than I am. Some honey, some water, losing my tongue for free practice 2 that is about to start in 2 hours, a little bit less. Nathaniel Stolovi, thank you for that 30 currency. I don't know, what is this? Can someone tell me what currency this is? Have we just been donated, like, I don't know, fake money? Tesla Formula 1. Yeah, I would see a Tesla Formula E, to be honest. Reliant Robin Formula 1. Or alright, so now it's escalating. Raw F1 car. Shekels. Yes, we have been donated 30 shekels by Nathaniel. Thank you very much for that. So yeah, there we go. I definitely need to rest my voice a little bit. So yeah, Jose, Tesla Formula E, I can see that. Could you please stop be entertaining and funny in chat, because I'm the one commenting, you know. I should be the one making you laugh, not the other way around. And yes, it's Kainoon, Racing Statistics Formula 1. That's definitely what we're going for. I will absolutely draw up the sketches and do the whole arrow until, I don't know, the next practice session, I guess. And until then, I wish you all a very pleasant almost 2 hours. And yeah, hopefully I will see you back. Don't forget to give the stream a like, as this is helping us out growing the community incredibly well, bringing in more of those great and hilarious people we're having. Also, subscribe so you do not miss another session, as we are covering them all for, more than 3 years meanwhile. So I was very happy to have you. Thank you all for joining me. You're very welcome. For my commentary, Jose, really love doing it. It's also way better with having all of you people around. So yeah, there we go. I'm gonna sign out here and have you all back for free practice 2, I hope.